This election will be a landmark election. It marks a new phase in Singapore after 50 years of independence, and your vote will set direction for the future of Singapore. I'm happy that the Workers' Party, being the oldest surviving active opposition party in Singapore, presents to voters a younger slate of candidates who come from diverse backgrounds and have proven themselves in their various fields.
Hi, my name is Tan Jun Yan. My friends call me Ron. I'm 30 years old this year and I'm currently self-employed. Initially, I started volunteering with my now fiance at a grassroots events. And I think that the turning point for me would be the result night of the Punggol East by-election night. I was invited down to the unofficial gathering point. And from that night, I felt the energy of the people. At my age, I believe it's time for young Singaporeans to stand up for themselves and fight for their future. So I hope that people can take authority, power, and set their own direction and contribute back to the community.
My name is Liu Ko. Yes, we all love Singapore, so we all want a better future for ourselves and for our children. We know that, I feel that Singapore has far more potential, than it has right now. Singapore's a fantastic place to start a business, to run a business. But we need to do certain things to empower our people. We need to invest in our people. I've been helping Faisal at the MPS, and what I find most enjoyable is engaging with residents. It's a one-to-one opportunity to find out about what their hopes are, what their fears are, and what they love and what they're trying to achieve, the kind of hopes that they have for their children.
My name is Leon Pereira, and I'm the CEO of a business research consultancy that does regional and global emerging market work. I think all of us as children, we recite the pledge in school that enjoins us to build a democratic society based on justice and equality. For us to really strive for that as a country, we need better political representation of all shades of opinion, and we need political balance so that the outcomes that we have in the country truly reflect the political character of Singapore and Singaporeans. I hope to see a Singapore where Singaporeans really look around them at the institutions in their society and feel that this is something that is really in line with what I want. This is where I want to be, this is where I want to live. This is a place that I can feel committed to, that I will die defending, that I will strive to make better.
My name is Rizwan Hafiz. My occupation is an engineer. I think the current pricing of houses is actually quite expensive, especially for younger couples. And most of them have to take a loan probably between 20 to 30 years, will stretch until the age of 60. So that questions after what actually happens next when most of their CPF is depleted and being paid off to service their loans. My vision for Singapore is to have a competitive parliamentary system and a competitive government whereby this competitiveness will not only benefit Singaporean but Singapore as a whole. I realized that the Workers' Party, the grassroots group, as well as the volunteers, they actually help with sincerity.
My name is Firuz Khan. I'm 48 years old. I'm an entrepreneur, born and raised in Geylang Serai. I would like a society where everybody has a stake in, everybody can contribute, where we are more open and without fear or favor, people can speak up, especially issues at heart. Oh, I love volunteering, helping people meet residents, distribute food ration, our monthly food ration program, and of course, knocking door to door, get their response, ask them what's their issues at heart, and also fulfilling those questions, what we need to do. And although we are all hot, and sweaty, but seeing the residents come forward to collect, it all melted, and we just happy, to see what we can do in our little bit, in society.
Hi, I'm Daniel Goh. My Chinese name is Wu Pei Song. Dialect name is Pei Siong. I'm an associate professor at NUS, sociology, and I study the politics of history and heritage and urban redevelopment. The aha moment for actual membership to join the WP as a former member was in 2012, sometime after my son was born. And I decided that there must be a way that I can contribute to Singapore, to fight for Singapore, for a future for him. One thing that is very lacking in Singapore, for example, is there is no professional association of all the teachers in Singapore. For example, education. We think a lot about schools, we think a lot about the pupils, the students, and how to empower individuals. But sometimes we forget that teachers need empowerment too. So I think it's time to kind of empower the teachers, to get them to think more about their own pedagogy and to let them talk more among themselves so they can improve. I hope every citizen will take part actively in politics, campaign for different issues that they are deeply passionate about.
My name is Muhammad Fairul Sharif. I was formerly an associate librarian over at the National Library, and before that I was also working as an associate lecturer over at UNISIM. I taught a lot of adult learners, and I realized that adult learners, they have to go through a lot. How can we help these adult learners to improve themselves, right? And not just in terms of financial help, but in terms of supporting them at their workplace and also supporting their family. So the future of Singapore, the future Singapore that I would like to see is one where all voices are allowed to be heard, and yeah, they should be heard.
My name is Adrian Sim, and I run the company. During my house visit with the MPs, I can feel that some of these low-income family really have hard time, and they do not know where to get the right resources. And when they get the resources, it may not be sufficient for them to survive. My vision for Singapore in the future is that our society will be more gracious, more compassionate, so that our future generations can happily call Singapore a home.
My name is Dennis Tan. My Chinese name is Chen Li Feng. I'm a shipping lawyer. I think there should be a better level of consultation in the parliamentary process, especially when bills are introduced. There should be proper consultation between MPs from the opposite benches, and that bills are considered, properly debated before they are passed in Parliament. I look forward to the time when Singaporeans are able to take ownership of politics in Singapore, and that we have a government that will be truly responsive to the needs of Singaporeans, and that Singaporeans can dictate the direction in which we want the country to go.
My name is Dylan Ng. I spent 15 years in the corporate world, of which first 4 years in the research industry and the remaining 11 years in the banking industry. I love meeting the residents. I love serving the communities. I love organizing grassroots events. Whenever I see the residents smiling, happy and happy. The most important thing in my life now at this juncture is to give to the community. The vision of future Singapore should be a country where all comes together with different opinions that is taken as Singaporeans become more educated, but still stay united as one as we move towards SG 100.
My name is Cheryl. Cheryl Low. I'm 32 this year. I graduated with a Bachelor of Business degree in Economics and Finance. And currently, I'm a sales consultant with a document management company. What happened was I was at my uncle's house for a housewarming. And coincidentally, Mr. Lau Tia Kiang was there for a house visit. And my uncle and I, we opened up the door and Mr. Lau was there. And that night, I recollected of my interest in politics. Since I was a child, when the parliamentary debates were on TV. I would hope and envision to see the future of Singapore to be a modern society where the term equal opportunities would really come to realization for each and one of us in Singapore, regardless of race, language, or religion.
My name is Chen Chia Si Bernard. I'm 30 this year. Presently, I'm working as a project executive at a bereavement services profession. All along, I've always been interested in history and politics, and I thought public service is a very commendable thing that Singaporeans should undertake at a certain stage of their life. So here I am. I think what is at stake for Singapore if there's no WP is one where the ruling party has a blank check to implement whatever policy that they deem is best for the country. And I think that's not healthy for the long-term development of this country and for the health and the state of the society. I would encourage all Singaporeans to take a second look at the Workers' Party and give us an opportunity to be of service to you in Parliament.
Well, the last few years have been a roller coaster ride. We've had our ups and downs and also had many opportunities to test our limits. But what I've always been grateful for is that there have always been people who have come forward to offer their time and talents to help us to grow. Well, we call on all Singaporeans to share our vision of a Singapore that will endure for generations to come. And we see Singapore as a place where people can take charge of the causes that they care about be it in the arts, sports, business, professions, whatever, that they should not be subject to any top-down approaches, but we can let their passions carry us through to excellence. And this is what we mean by empowering the future.